discuss now, it is free fall. Both the words are very simple in meaning. Free means without any other interruption, and fall means to fall down. As we know that every object situated on the earth receives a force of attraction. Due to this force of attraction, we are able to be on the surface, right? And this force of attraction we are calling as gravity or gravitational force of attraction, or simply we are calling as gravity, right? Now suppose at certain height, at a particular height, you're holding something, right? You're holding a stone or you're holding an object at particular height, any place, something you are holding in your hand. Just tell me how many forces are acting on this. Exactly, there are two forces acting on this. First is the force which is applied by my hand, that is the muscular force. And the another force, since we are on the planet Earth, Earth has its own power to attract everything, pull everything which is on the surface of it or which is around it up to certain height. It attracts every object towards its center, that is the gravitational force. So there are two forces acting on this object which I hold it on in my hand. First is muscular force and the second is gravitational force. Now what will happen? Due to the gravitational force, this object will be pulled down. But since another force which is balancing this gravitational force is my muscular power, so it is balancing this gravitational force. Okay, now suppose I will take out my this hand, I'll take my hand away from it. What will happen? A object is in my hand. There are two forces. One is gravitational force exerted by earth and second is muscular force exerted by my hand. As soon as I will take away my hand, what happened? Was the object remaining on the same place? No. Since this one force has taken out, which was balancing the gravitational force, object started to move downward. So when this balancing force of hand is taken away, then this force was remained alone right now, and due to this, as this object was at the rest means its initial velocity was 0. Immediately as soon as this one force was taken away, the object started to move, means its rest position now started to move, means it set in the motion, and as it stayed in the motion, it started to move with certain speed at with certain time, that is it's a velocity right from 0. What happened to it? Increased. Its velocity increased, right? Its velocity increased, and this velocity increased due to the influence of gravitational force. And as velocity increased, it made the acceleration, and here this acceleration is due to what? Gravitational force. So what we are calling this acceleration as? Acceleration due to gravity. This is the acceleration due to gravity. We have discussed yesterday. Right? So when this object started to move down, it came under the influence of gravitational force. Now remember, this gravitational force is same at every place throughout the whole mass of the earth. This force is same. Now what is free fall? We know that force of gravity due to the earth acts on each object. This gravity makes the attraction between the two things which are placed near to it, as well as it is pulling everything toward its center. When we are holding the stone in our hand, stone is experiencing two forces. One is gravitational force and the another is force which is applied by our hand. Gravitational force is balanced by the muscular force. That's why stone remains in our hand at the rest. Its velocity is 0. But as soon as we remove our hand, it's said to be in motion and its velocity changes from 0 and it start to move. That means velocity start to increase. Its velocity starts to increase. Right? When this balancing force is removed, which was balancing this gravitational force was pulling it down, but this balance force was pulling up, right? That's why stone was held as it is. But as soon as this upholding force is removed, the object started to move down. It's a rest position convert into motion and its velocity started to increase. Due to the force of attraction of the gravitation by the earth, the stone received the influence of this force and it starts to move toward the direction of the force, that is gravitational force. So free fall means what? Here we can understand the definition of free fall. Whenever object moves under the only influence of gravitational force. What is free fall? When an object moves under the influence of when an object moves under the influence of the force of gravity alone, then in such a situation we can say that object is in the free fall. That is we are calling as a free fall, right? When object is in the free fall, its initial velocity is always 0. At the time of free fall, initial velocity of object is always 0, and later on, after that, it increases, and this increase is due to what? It is due to, of course, gravity of the earth or whatever the planet it is or wherever the object is, due to the gravitational force of that object. Now up to here is clear. Now let us see the small simple demonstration and try to understand the concept of free fall little better. I have taken this piece of paper and this cap of the pen, both which went down first, the cap of the pen. Why this happened? In the beginning we told, in the beginning only we discussed in the last period when we studied about acceleration due to gravity. It is independent of mass of object, mass of falling object. And if this is the case, then why this paper came down later? First this cap fallen and then paper reached to the floor. Why this happened? We will say that this is very heavy, that's why it came down, and paper is light in weight, that's why it came late. So this is very false concept which we have. Scientifically, this both the things has to reach at same time, because acceleration due to gravity at all over the surface of the earth is same. The value of g every place on the surface is same. So if you will drop here the stone and a feather, both has to reach down simultaneously, but this is not happening. Stone is coming first and then the feather is slowly comes down. Why this happens? Reason is that here it is not depending on mass of falling object, it depends on the mass of earth or planet on which they are and radius of planet or earth. So if this will change, then only the both things will fall down at the different time. Then why this phenomenon we can see? For this reason is, first, weight of stone. Is more, right? While weight of feather, is less as compared to this both. This is more and this is less. Now when any object is falling down, it is facing free fall. Of course it is facing free fall, it is experiencing free fall only and only in the vacuum. Only in the vacuum free fall is possible, otherwise not. Why this is so? The very simple reason for this is, free fall is possible only and only in vacuum, not in the normal condition, normal situation. Weight of stone is more and weight of feather is less. On the surface of earth, why the stone comes first and why the feather becomes late? Reason is that there are, along with this gravitational force, I am talking about in air, two more things are acting. Due to this air particles are opposing this force, right? That is what, that is which force? It is nothing but the buoyant force. Buoyant force plus the particles get collide with falling object. This stone is coming down, particles are applying friction. So one more force, frictional force. This both the force are acting. Being stone more in weight, it overcomes this both the forces. and reaches first. Being weight of the feather less, this it is not able to overcome these both the forces, and since it remains floating on the air for few time and then later on reaches quite late. Is this clear? So from this example we can understand that free fall is possible to visualize only in case of vacuum. Only in case of vacuum. We cannot observe free fall in the presence of any medium, because that medium will exert again the different type of forces. If we will talk about air, it will give friction force and buoyant force. That's why the two objects we will not be seeing falling down at the same time simultaneously. For free falling object, we can calculate velocity on reaching the time. For freely falling object, we can calculate velocity on reaching earth. Also we can calculate time taken for it by Newton's equation of motion. How? Let us see. For freely falling object, we know that initial velocity is 0 and acceleration is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. So in all the three equations of motion, we will replace the values by these values. So let's go with the first equation of motion. What is the first equation of motion? It is V is equal to U plus AT. So V is equal to initial velocity is 0 plus A means G T. So V is equal to GT. This is the first equation for freely falling object. Then the second equation for freely falling object. Second equation is what? S is equal to ut plus 1/2 at square. So S is equal to initial velocity 0 multiplied by t plus 1 upon t. Value of A is g and t square. Since this is 0, this value will become 0. So S is equal to, only will remain 1 upon 2 gt square. And the third equation, is equal to, third equation is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So v square is equal to, u square means 0 square plus 2g and s. It means that v square is equal to 2gs. This is the third equation. We can calculate all the quantities, whether it is velocity, it is time, it is distance, whatever it is, with the help of three equations of motions. Now, one more important thing which already we have discussed yesterday, we are going to revise. Just please pay your attention. Now, suppose an object from the surface of the earth is thrown up. Suppose we have thrown this ball up. Ball has thrown up. Ball will reach up to this height. Right? When you will throw something up, what will happen? It will come down. Why this came down? When you have thrown this object, here again two forces are acting on this object. One force is by the earth, that is the gravitational force, and the second force, muscular force. Right? So now gravitational force is pulling it down and muscular force is throwing it up. So this muscular force is more than the gravitational force. So this object start to move. Initially its velocity is 0, but due to this muscular force, this object start to move in the upward direction. Its velocity increases. And why this velocity increases? This velocity increases due to muscular force. As the velocity increases, its acceleration is also increases. So when we are throwing an object upward, at that time acceleration which is created by the muscle force, right? And here earth is applying gravitational force. Now see, muscular force is applied in the up direction, while gravitational force is pulling it downward. So this object is now moving up. This object is accelerated in the upward direction. So if you will see with respect to gravitational force, right? What is the direction of this acceleration? Opposite direction. Force is down, but acceleration is opposite to the direction of the force. So this acceleration is negative acceleration, right? When object is thrown up, that time this acceleration is negative acceleration for the gravitational force, or we can say with respect to gravitational force. I am not talking about the muscular force. Now what will happen? Continuous this opposite pull. Gravitational is pulling down and this is going up. How much time it will oppose? Slowly it will, its velocity will decrease. As it will go up to certain limit, its velocity start to, first here due to muscular force its velocity increase. With respect to muscular force, velocity increase. But with respect to gravitational force, after going certain distance, its velocity will decrease. With respect to gravitational force I am talking. And finally at certain height, this velocity will become 0. And as soon as this velocity will become 0, this object will start to downfall. Now this object will start to fall down. Here it was going up. Here object will fall down. Now here let us talk about the acceleration. When object is coming down, at that time acceleration. What is the direction of force? Gravitational force. What is the direction of the gravitational force? Downward. And what is the direction of the acceleration? It is also downward. So here, when object is falling down, that time acceleration is positive. Acceleration is positive. Am I clear? For calculating motion of an object thrown upward, acceleration is always considered as negative with respect to gravitational force, because its direction is opposite to the velocity and is taken to the negative g, that is negative acceleration due to gravity. While it is taking place at this time, g is magnitude of acceleration is same, but velocity of object is decreasing slowly as it goes. Due to the influence of gravitational force, its velocity decreases, and because of this decrease in velocity, object will start to fall. Means which force will become prominent? Gravitational force. And then after reaching zero velocity, it will start to move downward. It will accelerate downward in the direction of the gravitational force, and at this time it will become positive. Acceleration will become positive. Now this phenomenon is a very much important for the heavenly bodies in the universe. Now Earth and Moon. Earth is pulling Moon. This is Earth and this is Moon. Earth is pulling Moon down and Moon is also pulling Earth up. The Moon and artificial satellites are moving under influence of gravitational field of the force, and that's why they are placed in this only. They are not able to move out of this, and they are not falling down. They are not falling down. Why? Because of the velocity. Continuously they are moving, and this velocity makes the change in direction of the acceleration, and direction of velocity changes, direction of acceleration changes. That's why these are not falling down. Already we have discussed this topic in the previous class also. Let's see what is given in Do You Know on the page number 11. Do you know? Textbook, page number 11. So the value of g, if you will see, value of g on the whole earth surface is same. G is same everywhere. It is same everywhere, right? On the earth. Thus two objects are irrespective of their masses or any other properties. Means what that object, if suppose you will take the stone and if you will take the feather and you will drop them down, amount of gravity will be 9.7 only. In the round figure we have seen 9.8 meter per second square. Everywhere it will be 9.8. So whatever it is, whether it is stone or it is feather, or if you will drop water also, the same gravity will act on it. It's not like that here gravity will be 9.8 and if you will go here it will be something different. No. You drop it from here or here or here, anywhere, that two objects will under the same amount of gravity. So they will fall with the same way. When they are dropped from the height and falling freely, they are allowed to fall freely at the same time. They both have to reach at same time. But when we are throwing, it is not happening. Why it is not happening? I explained it before. Due to frictional force and buoyant force, right? Now, Galileo Galilei in 1950, with his experiment in Italian city Pisa, he dropped the spheres of different masses from Leaning Tower of Pisa and demonstrated that both the spheres are reaching on the ground at the same time. When we drop the feather and heavy stone from certain height, they are not reaching at same time. Why? Due to the buoyant force and frictional force. which is due to air. The feather keeps on floating and then later on it goes slowly down. The buoyant force and frictional force are also affecting stone, but the weight of the stone as compared to that of the feather is more. So it is overcoming that force. So recently scientists have proved this experimentally with one experiment under the vacuum. They created vacuum. If you will take a bottle, if you will take a glass bottle, and in this glass bottle you can put one wooden stopper with one hole, and in this hole if you will insert a rod and a small plate, metal plate, here you keep a heavy metal ball and here you keep a feather, right? And with the vacuum pump, remove all air. Air can be removed. And here vacuum is created. And now you just allow this disc to fall down. You will observe that when the disc will come down, this ball and feather will simultaneously will come together. They will take same time to come together. This experimentally first was proved by the scientist Galileo Galilei. In the year 1590. But today it is proved. This was first done by Galileo.